Good morning, Goinkans. Today we are going to discuss about democracy. First of all, you should understand what democracy is. Democracy is a form of a government chosen by the people. It is sometimes called government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Here are certain examples related to the democracy. Let me explain. Democracy is a form of a government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Definitely, we know that with the help of elections, we choose our own representatives, and we can say this is a democratic government. But let me give you examples of Myanmar, Chile, and Ghana. What happened there? Myanmar were the army rulers. Dictator Pinochet rule in Chile or President Nkrumah rule in Ghana was not democratic. They were not chosen by the people. So this is the example of some of the countries where the rulers claim that it is a democracy, but it was not democracy. It was a self-rule. We can say dictatorship, army rule. Got it? The second point is hereditary kings, like the king of Nepal or Saudi Arabia, are also not democratic rule. They rule because they were born into the noble family. So you need to understand certain important things that another form of a government is monarchy. Monarchy is a hereditary form of a government. Got it? So after the father, the son has to be given the powers. So we can say that in Nepal and Saudi Arabia, it was not also democracy. Now, second point says, in a democracy, final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people. It means that in a democracy, if they need to decide something, if they need to take any kind of a decision, so the people should decide it. Got it? Let me give you another example. One of our neighboring country called Pakistan. In Pakistan, President Musharraf has the power to dismiss national and state assemblies. So the final powers rest with the army and the General Musharraf. We cannot call it a democracy. So when there is an army rule in a country, so we cannot say that it is a government elected by the people, or we cannot say it is chosen by the people. It means all the powers in army rule are headed with the army chief. So here it is the example General Parvez Musharraf. Third point says that a democracy must be based on free and fair elections where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. So let me tell you one thing, what is free and fair elections? Elections should not be manipulated. It should not be like that there should be any malpractice during the election time. It should be free and fair. Got it? In Chile, elections are held for its parliament, but all the candidates are either members of Chinese Communist Party or eight smaller ally of the party. So in China, sorry, not Chile. Third point, a democracy must be based on free and fair elections where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. It means that there should not be any kind of malpractice. The chance should be given to everyone. Got it? Now let me give you some examples. In China, elections are held for its parliament, but all the candidates are either members of Chinese Communist Party or eight smaller allies of the party. So they are giving the example of China that most of the time the Communist Party wins the election or the eight smaller ally parties. So rest. So there is a question on the democracy, where it is going in a proper way. So we cannot say that it is a democracy. In Mexico, elections have been held every 6 years since 1980, but the same party called PRI has won the elections. Obviously, there has been rigging and malpractices with freedom denied to opposition. Actually, here example of the Mexico says that we cannot also said that this is also the democracy because the opposition never are not given the proper chances to contest the elections. So most of the time the same party PRI, they are always winning the election. So it means they are using certain techniques, malpractice and other ways to win the election. In both the examples, elections are held, but one cannot claim that they are free and fair. So elections are held everywhere, no doubt, but elections should be held in a free and fair atmosphere. So everybody should get its own right. Everybody should get its own opportunity to cast vote. Remember, there are certain important facts you need to understand. Universal adult franchise. It means after attaining the age of 18, whether you are a boy or a girl, you have a right to cast your vote. One person, one vote, one value. I hope you have understood this topic. Thank you and have a nice day.